Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of Eye on Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Good morning. It is Monday, February 26th. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Anne Arundel County Police are investigating the suspicious deaths of a couple in Odenton. Yesterday at about 7:05, County Police responded to the 2000 block of Brigadier Boulevard in Odenton for 2 persons that had been shot in the head. A resident of the home called 911 after discovering the victims. The victims were identified as Charles James Jackson, a 55-year-old male, and his wife, Veronique Crystal Jackson, 47 years old. Homicide detectives were called to the scene and worked throughout the day gathering evidence and interviewing witnesses. They have spoken with several family members who have been very cooperative with the investigation. However, it is an ongoing investigation, and police are asking anybody that may have any information on the deaths to contact the homicide unit at 410-222-4731. In a message to parents last night, the Anne Arundel County schools have said that there will be an additional police present at every school in the county for the remainder of this week. This comes in the wake of the deadly school shooting in Parkland, Florida on February 14th, and school officials have stressed that there are currently no known credible threats at any county school. However, that does come on the heels of a social media threat made against Lindale Middle School on Friday, which saw nearly a third of the students be pulled out of class by their parents. At around 9:30 on Friday, officials became aware of a social media post that referenced a second post, which contained the name Lindale Middle School with a picture of a gun. That ultimately was unfounded. However, parents were not taking any chances. Also on Friday, Southern Middle School had a report from a student who had heard that another student had said that he was looking to harm the school. That, too, was unfounded. Earlier in the week, MacArthur Middle School and Southern High School both also had threats that were, again, unfounded. Anne Arundel County Police and Anne Arundel County Public Schools are not taking any chances, and they are investigating every report of every threat, and they take it very seriously. Something you should take very seriously is the flu. We are about halfway done through the flu season. And over on the Maryland Crabs podcast, I had the chance to talk with Dr. Mike Friedman from Evolve Medical Clinics about this brutal flu season. We've talked about what the hell is going on, who may be affected, and it's not just the under 4 and over 65 crowd. There is another age group, and you likely belong in it. How to deal with it if you get the flu, how to prevent it if it's running around rampant in your house, how it is evolving to become more resistant than ever, and we even touch on the topic of an overdue epidemic and what the hell we're going to do if that ever comes down the pike. So head on over to themarylandcrabs.com and give that a listen. It's about 30 minutes long. In Republican political news, we've got 2 stories. Delegate Herb McMillan, who has been a Republican delegate for over a decade, is hanging up his hat. He will not run for re-election in 2018, and he submitted a letter to the Capitol saying that he is tired of political bosses in general and their political games in particular. McMillan said, "While I would have enjoyed serving in Annapolis as an independent voice, I have no desire to fight a two-front war with the House Speaker Michael Bush and the County Executive Steve Shue machines." McMillan was widely believed to be possibly running for Senate against former delegate and former Republican gubernatorial candidate Ron George. McMillan also wrote that Shue and Republican House Minority Leader Nick Kipke strategized to, quote, "weaken me enough that I couldn't win a state Senate primary, but not so much that I couldn't win re-election as a delegate." With McMillan out, that leaves Mark Plaster and Chelsea Gill running on the Republican side, and on the Democratic side, there are 4 people running: Speaker of the House Michael Bush, Aaron Axe, Elise Kane, and Mary Reese. Now, this is a 2-seat district and will be an interesting one to follow. A little bit further north, in Legislative District 31B, which is the Pasadena area, Gibson Island, former county executive John Leopold has filed to reclaim a seat that he once held in the Maryland House of Delegates. Leopold made his poorly kept secret official on Friday morning when he filed for the seat. And as you will remember, he was the Anne Arundel County executive from December of 2006 until January of 2013 when he resigned his position after being found guilty of 2 counts of misconduct in office. Prior to serving as county executive, Leopold served 18 years in the House of Delegates in District 31 before it was split into 2 legislative districts. The district is currently represented by Nick Kipke, a Republican, and Megan Simonaire, also a Republican. Now, Simonaire has withdrawn from the election, citing that she needs to work on her career, and that still leaves a fairly crowded field. On the Republican side, we've got Leopold, Kipke, and Brian Chisholm, and on the Democratic side, we've got Harry Freeman. Make sure you keep checking in with EyeOnAnnapolis.net and the MarylandCrabs.com because we're going to be covering a lot of these races. They are looking to be very, very interesting as we head into this election season. And as we head into the spring season, we can kind of hope for some warmer weather. I don't know whether it's on the way, but you know what? If you hang tight, we've got George Young with DMV Weather who will be able to solve that mystery for us.
I'm Sean ONeill, your local RBC Wealth Management Advisor. When you choose to work with me, you'll have access to a worldwide network of financial products and services only available from a leading global institution. RBC's international reputation for physical strength and stability, world-class capabilities, and corporate values is unique in the financial services industry. I also recognize the importance of reinvesting in the communities in which we live and work, and I'm committed to serving my clients by building long-term relationships based on trust, integrity, and confidence. I look forward to helping you with your wealth management needs. Call me, Sean ONeill, today at 410-573-6723 for a complimentary consultation.
RBC Wealth Management, a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC. Member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather with your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, February 26th. After a rainy last 4 days in the Annapolis area, we'll have a dry few days ahead today through Wednesday with temps in the 50s each day before another round of rain moves in on Thursday, lasting into Friday as temps stay in the 50s. As for any chance for a return of winter, we definitely expect to see some colder temps over the weekend with highs in the 40s, but snow chances for the season are dwindling fast as we're about to be into the month of March, and once we get there, we have about 20 days or less of realistic potential for any kind of winter weather, so stay tuned. Okay, that's it for us today. Download our free weather app by searching for DC MDVA Weather in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store, and also follow us at dmvweather.com or on Twitter or Facebook, so you can always stay weather informed. This is George Young of DMV Weather with your Eye on Annapolis forecast. Make it a great week out there, but remember, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
I'm Sean ONeill, your local RBC Wealth Management Advisor. More than likely, the primary reason you save and invest is to achieve your life goals while ensuring your long-term financial well-being. But before you can determine your preparedness towards your goals, you need long-term answers to important questions about how much money you need, where it will come from, and how long it will last. RBC Wealth Plan, a new industry-leading tool, is now available to help answer these questions and develop your personal plan using a conversational approach. With RBC Wealth Plan, we can create a personal analysis based on these unique goals while offering you the ability to weigh certain decisions and determine what's best for you and your family. Call me, Sean ONeill, today at 410-573-6723 for a complimentary consultation.
RBC Wealth Management, a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC. Member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, EyeOnAnnapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.